Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh yeah.
What's going on, guys? We're live. So, would you like to
Hi,
introduce
everyone.
you? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. I'm George from Blackstone Machine, a Greek band that plays a combination of, let's say, country rock and thrash metal.
So, how did you guys get the name of the band?
Basically, the name comes from this expression that when you leave a situation or a place and you don't want to get back again, you say, I am just throwing a black stone. So when the band was formed, there were so many things that were taking place. I mean, the band that Nick, our drummer, and Alex had just dismantled, and I was in another band that I left, and things that we want to leave behind. So we just decided for this. That was the reason, for some reason. Yeah.
So, who got you into music?
What artists you mean?
Artists, family members? Like, how did you start
Yeah.
playing?
Basically, we don't. I don't have anyone in my family that plays music. I was just, the first one, and after me, my brother just started playing bass and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it was, the musicians I used to listen when I was younger. Iron Maiden, Manowar, Metallica, of course,
Yeah.
Slayer.
So, what was your first concert you ever went to?
Ah, yeah. I was back in, wow. I was way back in 1995, I think.
Hmm.
It was Iron Maiden, and the first gig. I mean, they came here in Greece and they played in two shows. I had ticket for one of the two shows. So the first one I got,
Yeah.
I didn't have any ticket. I just jump in the venue like through a window, and
You jumped through the window?
yeah, and because it was Friday, and most people had tickets for Saturday. It was kind of empty inside. I mean, I got there. I was with a friend of mine. I just ran, and it was like in the second row. It was so empty. It was like I couldn't believe it. I said, "Holy shit, man! It's just us and Iron Maiden. They're playing like oh, yeah, that was the first show."
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll ask you one of the hard questions now. Personally, what do you want to leave as your legacy?
Uh, Personal legacy, you mean, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. Things are when you live. I think I just want to write as much music as I can, and maybe visit as many places as I can, and I just want to be remembered as a cool guy, just another guy, nothing in particular.
Have you have you ever been to the U.S.?
Not yet.
Not
But
yet.
I'm thinking about visiting US like next year. I might have a chance to visit it. I know.
Is there any places you really wanted to go?
It's a continent. There's so many places. I don't want to visit some places. I mean, I don't want to visit big cities. Uh, okay, I will visit them probably, but I always like places that you can see how people are truly live. I would like to go to Texas. I would like to visit the desert, um, the coast, maybe in the mountains. Oh man, There's so many places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hard question time.
Okay.
Last Supper scenario. Who do you want your 12 to be at your table?
12.
Yeah, musicians.
12 musicians.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, living, and we don't care if they're alive or
No,
dead.
no, no. Doesn't matter.
Okay. I am. Okay. Chuck Schuldiner from Death. Maybe you should count because I will lose the count. But okay, let's say Chuck Schuldiner, Warren
Okay.
Dane, Dio. Then I will say I would like to be, Dave Mustaine,
Okay.
Marty Friedman. Holy shit! I know everyone from Metallica, James Hetfield, and
Yeah.
uh, maybe we're at 10 now.
Yeah.
Have 2 seats left, I think. Hmm. Yes, I know exactly. The 2 seats are reserved for Vinnie Paul and of course Darrell.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
If you could pick your own bill, who would you want on it?
My own bill?
Yeah.
Who to play with, you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Wow. If I could choose wherever I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could play with, I don't know, let's, let's say Clutch. And Clutch, Pantera, um, Megadeth, Slayer. If I can choose wherever I want, Anthrax, I don't know. It's so many choices. But yeah, yeah.
So, do you play any other instruments?
No, no. I only play. I mean, sometimes I had to play some bass, but some bass guitar. But the electric guitar is my, I don't know, the thing I always love to play. Uh, because the thing is, it's not just the how you play the instrument, the sound. You have to think about how to play it. I mean, I could never be a great bass player because I could never, think about what should the bass play or what the drums are playing. So yeah, no, just guitar, just keeping things simple.
When did you get your first guitar?
Yeah, I think yeah, I remember my first guitar was a classic guitar. Oh man, it sucked so much. It was, for some reason I couldn't play anything on this guitar. Something was wrong. I was trying to play after some frets. You had the fretting noises and stuff. So I got, kind of disappointed, and I left guitar for 1 or 2 years. I think that was in 1993, I think, or 1995 probably. And then after some years, in 1997, I had this opportunity to, I found a teacher, starting, studying with a teacher for a while. and I got this very very cheap electric guitar, which for some reason I have it still over here
Hmm.
with no strings, nothing, just a sticker, Iron Maiden sticker, and I discovered that the earlier guitar that I have, the classic one, was damaged. I mean, the shop sold it broken.
Really?
Yeah. So let's say my first guitar that played was in 1997.
So why do you want to pick up a guitar in the first place?
I don't know. I always thought it was cool, to tell you the truth. I mean, when you are listening to metal music, the first thing that there are two things that you that are coming directly on you: the drums, you know, very fast and loud and
Yeah.
stuff, and then you have the guitars with the solos. It's punching through your speakers. I mean, and there's a Greek song called "Drummer or Guitarist." This is kind of common for most people I know, that they most of them wanted to play, drums, but because we don't have space, I mean, our houses are not like yours in the US, are very small. They're like you have neighbors very close to you, so you
Yeah.
cannot have drum sets. So they're gonna call the cops after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I decided, I will pick a guitar. I'll try to play solos, and of course, it wasn't very as easy as I thought at the beginning. But hey, at least I managed. So in a parallel universe, I'm probably playing drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So do you do anything before you go on stage? Like, do you have things that you do all the time? Like
Basically,
habits or
yeah. I think I have, because not I think I actively do some things. If there's a backstage,
yeah.
um, I go like when I know where the other band is playing,
Mm-hmm.
the previous band. Most times I just miss the previous band. I just go in the backstage, play some songs, to get the fingers like moving, uh, drink some water, go to the toilet, of course,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know. But most things are like, technical stuff, checking the cables. Is the guitar ready? I mean, is it in tune, out of tune? And I usually, prepare everything. I mean, the pedal board, everything with the cables, so I can carry everything on one, at once. Just put everything down, connect it in, not going back and forth for cables and stuff. Basically, everything that makes me, anxious when it's a live show, has to do with the gear. I mean, not so much with the guitar, but with cables, amplifiers. Have I forgotten anything? I mean, do I have a new battery on the wireless if I use it? Things like that. Sometimes I wrote them down. I
Yeah.
mean, in the back of the guitar, I have a sticker that I just write the date when I change the battery, because you never know.
What do you feel was your best performance you ever did and your worst?
Oh, I can remember the worst. I Yes, we used to have a band with some other guys, and we played in a music school. I can't remember the year. Uh, we usually played well, but for some reason over there we had technical issues. we couldn't hear the drums on stage. If this is possible, yes, it happened. We couldn't hear the drums, and I mean that our drummer was like he's playing with with hammers. So for some reason, this day they decided to have a plexiglass around the drums, so we couldn't hear shit. The drums were nowhere to be heard. So I was trying like to listen to is he playing, and also we had some things that had to be done. I don't know why. The other guys decided to have something like a birthday wishes over there. So anyway, usually I don't, I don't say to friends of mine, come to the show and stuff. Just if they want to come, just come. But it was the first time that I called everyone I know. I told them, "Come on, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be cool." And man, it was shit. It was the worst live. I was like, I was thinking like from the cartoons, like a big how it's called, this thing that you hold when you're old. Has
a cane.
Shepherd's thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's gathering us, or like a trapdoor opening and we fall down to the crocodiles. Oh man, it was embarrassing. Everyone felt that. It was awkward. Our best show, is of course with Blackstone Machine, and I think we played in, on the tour.
Yeah.
We had our best live show. I'm not sure where. I think it was in Hungary. No, in Serbia.
In Serbia.
I can't remember. There were so many good shows that each show had its best on something. So yeah.
So you were just recently on tour. Do you have any stories about tour?
Oh yeah. Basically, it was our first tour. Uh, Things were from the beginning. Let's say, I don't know, they didn't went, like flowing water.
Yeah.
Let's say. I mean, there was our live show was beginning in Timisoara, so we couldn't find a flight directly to Timisoara. So we told to our tour manager, Chris, who was our driver, of course, to come and pick us from Greece, from Thessaloniki. So we got on the train, and as we were getting there, the place that he will pick us, he called us, "Guys, I'm not allowed to go into Greece for some reason, something with the papers. I don't know what happened." So we had went outside the train station. We tried to find a taxi to take us to the border, because the guy told us, "Come over here on the border." So we found one taxi. It was just a car, a normal car. A Mercedes. It had a little, a large boot, let's say. But we had a shitload of stuff, guitars, pedal boards, our merch, and the guy. First of all the taxi drivers were around this guy who was trying to play Tetris with our stuff, and they would say, "Hey, dude, are you gonna get them over there with all the stuff?" I mean, the boot was open like that, and stuff were like, what? It was like a cartoon, basically.
Wow.
Like, Goofy goes on picnic, let's say. So yeah, and I mean, we had a lot of things that happened. The car broke down. We had problem in Serbia on the borders, in and out. They were searching the car, and one occasion they wanted money. Yeah. But something, we were cool. Oh, okay, it's a tour, things will happen. So, yeah. But the thing with the this particular thing that I told you also had this another factor. We had to walk between the countries. I mean, we were in Greece. We got off the border, and we had to actually walk, carrying our stuff to Macedonia, the, the next country. He was waiting us over there. Oh,
What? You had to
yeah.
walk to the next country?
Yes, walk to the next country. But it wasn't very far. It was like a kilometer.
That's
There's.
still that's
But yeah,
still
it was in
car
the morning. It was. We were carrying suitcases, shit, cables, everything. And the guy in the Macedonian border told us, "Oh, where are you going?" And we told him, "Oh, we're going to Romania." And he said, "Are you going to walk over there?" Of course not. He knew that our driver was over there. Yeah.
wow. Like
Yeah.
you had to walk.
Yep.
Was it at least nice weather?
Yeah. It was kind of basically it was warm and
Okay.
sunny. Yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
it's not that horrible.
can you imagine if it was raining also?
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh shit, what else can happen? Or I mean, or if the car broke down over there. Oh man,
Yeah.
we're cursed. Okay, it broke down the next day when we were about to go to, because we had to, because we started going to the tour one day earlier. We stayed in Croatia, uh, and we had to drive from Croatia to Romania. So we had to wake up early, like 6 a.m., put our stuff in there, and just leave. And the car didn't work. It was pouring rain, and the car was not working. And we had to wait for the mechanic. I mean, our guy Chris was trying to find a solution. We told him, "Relax, man. We'll find a solution." So yeah, the mechanic came. It was just a plug that was disconnected. Oh, come on, that's it. But we had to. We left like in 11 in the morning. So oh man, everything. We went to Timisoara, starting to unpacking stuff, and they told us we don't have a sound engineer. So we had to, and we were late. They didn't have a sound engineer, so we had to connect everything to make sound. But okay, the stage was very small, so you just needed one microphone for the voice.
Really?
Uh, even that was putting more, strain. Let's say I was. We were anxious. It was our first show. Everything that had happened, we were already kind of like tired. But something, when we started playing the first note, everything was gone, man. Everything was gone. We were like flying in the seven skies. I don't know how to call it, sailing the seven seas. We didn't care about anything.
What is your favorite song to play and your least favorite that you guys wrote?
Well, I think my favorite song to play is "Rick Bastard." This is at least my favorite. The least favorite, I don't know. There are some songs that we didn't have the chance to play, so I think I don't have a worst song to play. All the songs have something, something difficult with them, challenging. Let's say, oh no, now I have to play this thing. um, yeah, no worst songs basically. But my favorite is Rick Bastard. It's so exciting, and I like it so much. And I have to do to make backing vocals, which it's not something that I was used to, playing and singing. And this song has the most. This one and House of Lies. These two songs have the most backing vocals, and they take so much processing power from my head. So
What was the best advice you were ever given?
yes, the best advice I've ever given in general or something. I'll say, what to say? Yeah. You know something? I will tell you about the best advice I was never given,
That you were-
because yes, I will tell. I will have only one advice that I told myself.
Okay.
No, I'm not a philosopher. Just I don't have a very good memory, so I just forget everything immediately. So even if I had an advice, just forgotten it in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes after it was gone. So I think the best advice that I should have given is, something. It's not to, you know, not oh, sorry, not to worry and not to keep how it's called when someone is your enemy. Let's say how it's called. I can remember. Not to keep hate because we have limited time. You know, this is the only advice I could give. I don't know if what I said made
Yeah.
has a. I don't know. I'm so bad at talking. It's not understandable what I say. I'm sure.
No, I understood.
Okay.
So I do this on every episode. You can flip it around and ask me anything.
Okay. What made you to do this thing we are doing right now? To s- to try to find bands to ask about them. What puts you on this? What gave you the idea?
Well, it was actually just a conversation at a karaoke bar.
Oh,
I mean, I literally normally go to about 36 concerts a year. Music is everything to me. And I like shining light on people that probably wouldn't be noticed at all. Like I try to give back as much as I possibly can. So I started this about 4 years ago, and we're just sitting here now. And I get to meet people all over the world and make new friends.
that's great. So, do you want me to ask you something else?
Yeah, I was thinking you were gonna say something else.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right,
If you had a, yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
let's say if you had a time machine and you could go to whatever concert you wanted to see again, or you just missed, which one would be?
Probably Woodstock,
Woodstock.
the first one.
Hmm.
I mean, I would love to be. I mean, I would love to be there.
Yes.
I'm not really a festival person, but I think that would be just an amazing.
Yeah, it was a historic point of time.
Yeah,
Most people didn't realize that when they were there, I'm sure. But
it was it was easier times.
yeah,
Like I feel it was easier times.
yeah, probably it was.
I'll flip that back on you. Where would you want to go? What concert would you want to have seen that you didn't?
You know something? We have a common thing. I would always want to see Jimi Hendrix playing live.
Yeah,
So even if it wasn't in Woodstock, it would be on this weird live show that I saw in YouTube. I can't remember when it was, but
okay.
I could find it. But it was Jimi Hendrix playing, and there were a few people over there in a small stage. It was just some people like talking and not giving any.
Yeah,
They didn't care, but there were some people that were like, "Oh man, he's great." I mean, can't you imagine if you were there and you just could see Jimi Hendrix like 3 meters? I don't know feet how to
yeah,
translate that, but 3 meters in front of
yeah.
you. Holy shit, man! Or else Woodstock. Yes, I will. I will meet you there in Woodstock. I'm gonna steal some plutonium to put on the DeLorean.
Okay, speaking of that, what's your favorite movie?
Ah, yeah, my favorite movie, Back to the Future. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's although it's difficult to say one movie that it's my favorite, but I think this is my most favorite. It's I've seen it, I know, 1,000 times. So yeah, I guess this is one. This is my favorite.
all right, my question for you: do you think that you get things later? Like that was like movies and music.
Hmm? Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Okay, so how does it work where you are? Do you like if something gets released, do you get it later than the U.S.? Like I'm saying,
Uh,
a record, a
Sometimes
CD.
some I don't know. These no, I think it's simultaneously, but movies. I'm not sure. There's sometimes a small gap, but it's not the gap that we used to have like back in the 90s. I mean, we were like 10 years.
Yeah,
There's like a huge gap of many years. But some movies are released a little later, but
yeah.
it's in sync in the rest of Europe, so it's not in Greece specifically. But you don't have time. Maybe you don't have time to download it to see it
Okay.
beforehand. So
Yeah.
although
See.
some movies deserve to be downloaded, I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks so much.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you this question that I asked you earlier. What song do you think defines you as a person?
You know something? It's difficult to say what song defines someone because someone someone has so many functions, let's say, so many features and feelings and thoughts that you need many songs. But I think I will choose like if it was an album, it would be Euthanasia from Megadeth.
Okay.
But if it was a song, I think it would be Addicted to Chaos.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't expect that.
No.
Of course not.
No. I mean it. And I'm bad with names. I can give you song titles, but who sings it? Sometimes I can't think of their name. But I'm gonna say "Nobody Knows My Sorrow" by I don't want to that or probably "Torn to Pieces." Like those are the two songs that you would understand me the most if you listen to either.
Ah, but it's difficult to just put, just a song as. It's so many things that someone has as can think or do or that can define you.
Yeah. So maybe that's not the best way of saying it, but like those songs that just if you sent it to somebody, they would understand what you're going through.
Yeah. No,
Like,
probably they won't understand what you're going through, but it would
well,
be fun.
no, but I'm saying like music therapy, like what do you go to? Like what's your happy song, your sad song, your
You know,
angry?
it has to do. Okay, if it's angry, I know what to listen, but it's not every time this the same songs. I mean, sometimes it's if I'm pissed off, just throw in Politics of Ecstasy from Nevermore. Just
Yeah.
yeah, or if I'm not, if I'm in different mood, like oh yeah, celebrating mood, I just throw in some Anthrax. They're cool, happy, full of life.
Yeah.
It depends on the mood. If it's for sadness, I don't know. I don't have something specific. It depends how suicidal I'm feeling. I don't know, not
No.
at all. But okay, let's see.
If you could change one thing in the music industry, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a. I think this is the best question. Tell you the truth, to change something in the music industry. You know something? Yeah, I think the music industry, the way it works right now, it's not hugely different as it used to work back in the day. The
Yeah.
only difference is the revenue. I mean, musicians, not us, we're nobodies. We don't expect money. Okay, we know we expect, but it doesn't matter. But there are no, the revenues of musicians are so low that it's like you're doing it for free. I mean, you don't have the motivation or the way to leave everything behind and just focus on the music, on music writing. I think this is the main reason that today's music is not so good as it used to be. I mean, you can't easily live off from that. Even I mean, even the big ones have problems. And outside, not talking about metal only, outside other species of music, other styles, they have problems. They don't have, if you have to do your day job more for 12 hours, what time do you have to make music, to think about the like finalize your style. No, this is the only thing I would change. I mean, I wish the revenue was more fair. That's it. At least the good thing is that there are always the live shows. I mean, you can, for example, we had the first tour and we were like afraid, oh man, what is gonna happen? Are we gonna have money to do the whole thing? I mean, the expenses were like, oh, huge, like, oh man, hotels, gasoline,
Yeah.
shit. But we just, when we hit the first show, we just realized, something? This is doable because, people were like crazy. They liked, they were, helping the bands, buying merch, the places. I mean, you have fair share of tickets. They didn't try to, say, something they didn't went so well. We won't give you anything. They were trying to. I mean, they helped us. We could do this. We could. I mean, we just realized that it's not impossible to just go on the road and play, and don't return on a wearing just a barrel, like naked, just
Yeah.
wearing a barrel. Now we're trying to we're getting ready for a next tour, like in October, which it's gonna be in different parts of Europe,
Okay.
and things are kind of different now. I mean, the fuel prices have gone up.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to other countries, more European, more. They have a lot of live shows. We don't know what will happen. Things are more
Yeah.
expensive over there, but we'll manage, I'm sure.
So, with your first tour, what is that one thing that happened that you know what to prepare if it happens again?
I know exactly the thing.
Yeah.
We will never, never, ever take so much stuff with us. We had
Yeah.
to leave our stuff, some stuff in Croatia before we leave the show. We had to leave. I mean, we had because okay, it was winter, and here in Greece, for some reason, it was snowing like we were in Siberia or something. So we were saying, "Oh man, if we have snow over here, over there, which is in the north, what are we gonna have? Like glaciers and stuff." So we
Yeah.
got jackets, clothes, more stuff, shoes, extra everything. So I mean, I had this huge backpack, like I was going in the mountains for a month, so like carrying like that. Oh, and the guy told us, "What are you doing? What are you? Why do you have so much stuff?" The other guy, the drummer, okay, he's a drummer. He has a lot of stuff. But anyway, he had an extra suitcase with him. Like he's going to. I'm going to live in Australia now. Like, so yeah, we couldn't fit anything. When we got in the van, it was like, oh shit, so many stuff. So when we went to pick up our gear from Croatia, the guy told us, something, your stuff must stay here. Just take only what you want. So yeah, this is the thing that we won't do again. Just take so many stuff.
Were you able to get any of that stuff back, or you just lost it?
Yeah. No, we just got everything back. I mean, we initially when we just stayed in Croatia for one night.
Yeah.
When we were starting the tour, we started the tour over there, and when we returned, we got in Croatia again, got our stuff back, and then head back to Greece. And as we were carrying the stuff back, we're taking the stuff back, I was like, holy shit, why did I take this one? Why did I take this one? And the other guy was saying, oh, I just got another bag for some reason. Morons.
So when does the other tour start?
The other tour is somewhere in the late October, 24, something like that. It's not defined yet,
Okay.
but it's gonna happen, yes. And we're also trying to find our way into some festivals during the summer because the thing is that we don't like doing nothing. Right now,
Yeah.
we're searching for a spot just to go on a festival. But if we don't find anything, we're gonna get into the studio to record something. We just cannot
can't-
sit our asses. Yes, we have so many songs, man. I mean, we have I know how many songs, so we have to just record something. Don't leave everything like in the back. We don't need the back catalog because we're always writing stuff. And some things, they might lay forgotten or not forgotten. We record everything, but you know, some things are getting gold before anyone listens to them. That's the problem. So yeah.
Do you have any messages for your fans?
Message for fans, yes. Yes, I think the best message I could give is, you know, just turn off your TVs. Don't listen to the news. It's everything. Everything is fake. Just live your lives and have fun. Not very original, right?
So, do you have anything you want to promote at this moment?
Just listen to our music. You can find us in Spotify and other platforms, and also you can find our music, our merch in vinyl, in other forms in Bandcamp. And let's hope one day we can meet you like out there in the States.
That'd be cool.
Yes, yes, we hope someday will happen.
I would like to thank you once again for coming on. I hope you have a good rest of your night, or
Thank you
in
so
your
much.
in your case, good morning.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Anytime.